I'm going to make a 30 by 30 by 30, and hopefully you can see all these numbers, 30 by 30 by 30 square selection. And I'm going to take my add tool, and as you can see, it's a square shape, right there. If I hit C, the letter C on my keyboard, it turns to a circle. Now if I hold shift, you see how it highlights, right? Hold shift, go over your selection, and then click your left mouse button, and it gives you these arrows, and a lot of times they'll be pretty close by, sometimes it'll be down in the ground, whatever. But what we're after is that. But if you notice, it has created a circle that is exactly the size of the selection that I have put there. Literally, it is 30 by 30 by 30 circle. Okay? And that's what we're after. So let's hit our, right here, we're going to hit check to put our circle into the location. I'm now going to go back to my selection tool. I'm going to leave, hold on a second. We need to reduce the size of our selected area by 4. And I'm going to drop this in 2 on 3 of the faces, which is this face, and this face. I'm going to reduce it by 2. So let me go to my selection tool here. 1, 2, and that gets me to 28. Over here we're going to go 2. That brings me to 26. And I'm going to do that pretty much all the way around this thing here. So the bottom, 1, 2, top, 1, 2. That gets me to 26 on this face. Now let's do it on this side and the opposing face over there. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. So I got 26, 26, and 26. I'm going to go to my delete tool now, which it's already in my circle. If not, it would be like this, but we're going to hit C to make sure it's the circle. I'm going to mouse over that selected face, hold shift like this, go to my selected area and click. Now I'm going to drag this over and up, and I'm going to get this thing lined up with the box that I have there. As much as possible. Try to get those. You can see the dotted lines. Uh-oh, fixing to get a winner. Alright, but we're going to get these lines pretty much as lined up with this top edge. And if I roll this down to where it's flat, you can see the little dots are ending here. And if I scroll over this way, I might be off a little bit that way, but it doesn't look like it. Looks like I'm dead on. Alright, to get it lined up and as centered as possible with that orb that we have created, and I'm going to hit check. Hit escape, and now I'm going to take my selection right here in the center, like so, and I'm going to cut out a cross section here in the center. Control C to copy, Control V to paste, and if I bring this up into the air, you can see I've created a circle. If you notice, one side looks okay and the other side don't look quite so okay. So I'm going to stack this, take the good side, put it on top of the bad side, paste it in, and we're going to make a copy of just the bottom. Control C to copy, delete, Control V to paste, and if I paste this down now, it should look a lot better than the one I had before. So if I zoom in, you can see it. It still looks kind of funky on the edges. It's not exactly clean, but the top and bottom side looks a lot better than what it did before. So now it's just a matter of stacking this. I'm going to stack this quite a few times, and I'm going to put my mouse off to the side so that it doesn't do all that jumping around when I go to stack. I'm going to stack this up, you know, between 9 and 11 times, as much as you possibly can, or however tall you want to make it, until we make this like cylinder looking thing. I'm going to grab everything but the top and bottom voxels like this. Grab the whole entire circle. Bring this out like so. And now I'm going to go to my smooth tool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's go 9 times. Sounds good. And now we're going to shrink this down, bring this one up to get the sliver out of the middle. Control C to copy, Control V to paste. Now if I paste this one out, you'll see that the top side looks really good, and looks like I've got a little flakiness there on the bottom. So we're going to do the same thing we did before, right? Control V to paste. Drop this down. Get this thing lined back up, and we're going to paste the good side onto the bad side, just like we did before. The bad side was the bottom of this, so we're going to paste the good side that was on the top onto the bad side, and it's going to force those voxels to comply. Alright, now we copy just the top part, or the first circle that we put up there. Control C to copy. Delete that section so we're not taking up all the room. Control V to paste, and now when I paste this out, we have a nice and beautiful circle ring that is flawless victory. Hanging. Okay, so let's find out who has won. Let's close the raffle. I gave y'all some extra some extra time on that. Now y'all heard the doop 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 doop. So it is closed with 5,283 tickets entered. That is crazy. 46 viewers. Now let's find out who won. Okay. Here we go. Bam! Demon Lord Etna, congratulations. You have just won a landmark 2,500 station cash card with a bonus 500 in-game items. Congratulations, Demon Lord. Bam! That is so cool. Give me a second here, and I'm going to get this out to you. So give me a second here. You are very welcome, man. I've got the... Hold on a second. There we go. Let's close that out there. There we go. I can get it to you now. So what we're going to do here, as soon as I find my coin, my lucky dime of excellence here. What is on that? I can't even read that. 1967 dime. Okay. So here we go. Dime. Unedited. You know it's true. All that kind of good stuff. Let's find out what code we have. Alright. I'm going to type this out. Give me a second, guys. And here it goes, Demon Lord. Get ready to check your messages. If it's not in your inbox, it will be in your other tab in your messages, okay? So check inbox. If you don't see my name in that box, check the other tab. And it shall be in there. Congratulations. What's up, Warcraft? I am having a dandy day. We just gave away 2,500 station cash. Now you can log into your to the Landmark website or landmarkthegame.com. In there, log into your game or log into your account, and in there it'll say activate code or something like that, and you should be able to activate that card. It's either that or, hold on a second, landmarkthegame.com/GameStop. That's another way to get to it. Or /GameCards. Either one will take you there. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Definitely congratulations on that. What? I turned off what? What did I turn off? What did I turn off? I didn't turn that off. Not unless they changed it on the last update of Deepbot. I got nothing to do with that, man. I don't know. Not yet. They're still sitting here, Ren. See this? Send to Ren Falcon. Okay, they're right here. Trust me. They will be mailed out. It says send to Ren Falcon. See, I make notes for myself so I don't forget. And trust me, when I say I make notes everywhere. It's good to keep a notepad by you. That way you never forget stuff. Okay. But there we go. We created a pretty much flawless circle here. That looks really good to me. But this is the way you go through the process of creating a circle stack, okay? And there's a bunch of them out there. One of them's mine, but it's all good. But of course, the edges of this is a 2 voxel thick. I like using 2 voxel thick ones, so. A bucket full of notebooks. I wish I could show y'all. I think they're back in my bedroom right now. I've got a stack like this of notebooks. All different kinds of notes and stuff from when I was going to school and all that kind of mess. I took notes on everything. So, just in case if I ever needed it. You never know, man. You never know. Alright. So, that was a circle creation process, and that's for a 2 voxel thick. People sending me all kinds of messages and stuff there. Okay, but let's go ahead and clean this up a little bit, and we'll kind of move on to the next little thing. What do you guys want to see, like tutorial wise? You know, give me some hints. It helps the show, and I'm pretty sure you're not the only one that wants to see stuff of some form or fashion. And you know, if there's a particular something you want to see, I will oblige and see what I can do about making for you.
Well, I was just looking on YouTube for 1 voxel thick rings.
Okay.
And couldn't find a single tutorial on that.
Well, let's do it. You want me to show you how?
Yes, please.
I'm going to show you how. Now, let's see here. I'm going to first, when you're doing single voxel rings, doing it in game for 2 voxel thick is easy. That right? What I just showed you is easy. I try to find something new. Oh my god, dude. After 82, 83 tutorials that we've done, you know, of course, a lot of them is going to be remakes and stuff. And when I remake these things, they're going to be, I'm going to do them at a different level than what you see here. And I think you're going to be pretty impressed with that. At least I hope, because I'm going to be doing all kind of editing and stuff for that. Let me get back to my regular voxels here. Now, I'm going to show you a different technique on making single voxel thick circles. Okay. Now, I just created this over here, right? And it's pretty cool. It's a 2 voxel thick ring, and it's 30 by 30. And we know this. We know it's a 2 voxel thick, but how can I make this thinner? How can I make this into a single voxel thick circle? Well, if I went in there and tried to chop it all out, then there's a chance that it's going to just totally destroy it, right? Well, I'm going to show you a little trick. Take a ring that is just like this, a 2 voxel thick, and you're going to push this in to 15, which is half of that 30. And then over here, I'm going to pull this in to that 15. I'm going to do a Control C. I'm going to bring this over here. Control V. Bam. So I have a quarter circle. I'm now going to take my selection tool, grab this quarter, push it down 1 voxel, so it's just underneath, like so. I'm going to take my add tool, and I'm going to click on that selection, and then I'm going to hit the delete key. I'm now going to take the selection, move it up 2 voxels to the top, add tool, click, delete. Now what I have just done is converted that circle back into regular voxels. Okay. Now, if I come in here and zoom in pretty close, you'll see there's my 2 voxel thick, there's my 2 voxel thick, but then it gets to a single, then it goes back to 2 voxel thicks all the way through, okay? Take your delete tool, and these merger points are the important part. Everything else is extra, so I can delete that and that. Delete, 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 and delete. So you're keeping the merger points. That way it's a constant continuous line that does like this. If I went in here and deleted this one, it would destroy the circle. Okay? We don't want that. We want that continuous line that does like this. So let me back out and we'll bring that back up. But this is going to be a lot thinner, okay? Now, if I take my selection tool, grab that, copy it, paste it, and now we're going to recreate that circle back to the way it was. So tip to tip, put them back together. Now I'm going to select this side, Control copy, Control paste, bring this over here, mirror it, put it on the other side, and put tip to tip. here, like so. So now I've recreated that full circle. Now I'm going to copy the whole thing like this. And I missed that edge. Let's grab that. Pull this out. Control C to copy. Control V to paste. Let's get this back in order. I'll bring my mouse off of the item. And let's bring this up into the air so it doesn't jump around on me when I'm stacking this, which is really annoying when it does that. And I'm going to do this pretty much just like I did before. We're just going to stack this up, you know, a good 11, between 9 and 11, give or take, somewhere up in there. And boom. So now I have my cylinder like we had before when we were creating the 2 voxel thick one, right? Now let's grab our selection tool. We're going to select everything but the top and the bottom voxel of this, just like that. I'm going to select the whole entire thing like this. So now my length is a little bit off there. Okay, there it is. There we go. Now I've got my 30 by 30 selection, and we're going to go back to our smooth tool, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go back to our selection tool, press this down, bring the bottom up. Let's bring this up one more. Control C to copy. Now expect that it's not going to come out quite as clean as what this one is over here, but you will have a fairly nice circle in this process. You can try this process over and over again a few times to with the stacking like I have here. You can do this 2 or 3 times to clean it up as much as possible. I'm not a fan of single voxel circles, but hey, everybody has their preferences, and sometimes you want something a little smoother, but you can already see how smooth that is so far. Do this, you know, 1 or 2 more times with the stacking and all that kind of good stuff, and you can come out with something that's really clean. And let's go back to smooth. We're going to do a 1, 2, 3, 4. Go back to my selection, come back down, come back up, Control C to copy. Let's go ahead and delete this section here out. Get it all moved, and now I'm going to paste this one right on top of that one there, and you're going to be able to see the difference in between the two. And there you go. You have a single voxel thick ring, and the one under it is a 2 voxel thick ring. And you can use this type of a technique just to kind of make those modifications to something that you already have. I mean, you can figure out exactly how they're laid out and all that kind of stuff.
Great, thanks.
Did that make any sense? Did
Makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, did that? See, if you already have a 2 voxel thick one, I mean, it's easy just to go ahead and convert it, you know. And everybody has copies of that pretty much now, I think. But that way you can do the first part, which is the creation of the circles, and then you can take those and create your single voxel thick stacks. So